Namaste, Namaskaram, hello. Welcome to the live online talk show of Stories of Hope Introverts Special episode 11. So this is live on my YouTube and Facebook as well. This show is all about the stories of introverts who got leap of faith and hope in their lives and achieved success. So this show is not only for introverts, this is for everyone. I believe from this show I can generate or I can create some hope in your life as well. Let us start this show. But before starting this show, I want to just ask you a question. Can an introvert be a sales professional? I think there are a lot of introvert professionals out there. I just want to see anyone out there who can answer this question. Can an introvert, that too, I was talking about introversion and all, can an introvert person be a sales professional? It's very tough. I'm telling you, very, very tough. A person who always hide behind shadows or a person who never faces the crowd, it's very tough to face the clients as well. It's very, very tough. So today, our guest, we are going to talk about that topic only. So how an introvert professional become a sales professional, or how an shy introvert become a sales professional. So quite interesting for me as well, because I have to learn a lot of things, because I'm not good at sales, because it's very tough to face a new person or to face clients. Okay, so today, yeah, our guest is from UAE. He's working in Dubai, and it's a privilege for me as well to introduce him. He is an amazing gentleman, to be frank, and very down to earth with inspiration thoughts and very skillful in his communication. Apart from that, he has done his MS from masters from George Tech USA, and he has done his management of technology, and he completed his he's working right now in Oracle at Dubai, and he has pursued, towards excellence and his doctorate in management as well. This is a long introduction. I even want more things. He only to answer this. So I just want to let him in quickly so that he will introduce about himself, and he will be there. Than me, he will be talking. So let us invite our Siddharth sir. Hello sir, how are you doing? Namaste.
Hello, namaste. Hello, everyone. Hope all of you are doing well. Very, very good morning to all of you. Thank you, Santhosh. Thank you so much for inviting me on your show. Truly means a lot. And before we begin, I want to commend on this movement that you have started. I'm sure it's going to help a lot of introverts all around the world, to find their true selves, their inner powers, and unleash them to reach dizzier heights of success. So keep up the great work, Santosh, because like they say, with great power comes great responsibility, right?
Thank you so much, sir. So yeah, I already gave some introduction. Someone is commenting that the question is like, can a shy introvert be an sales professional? Yes, it is hard. Yes, so a lot of things are coming up there in the chats. So you tell me, sir. I have given an introduction about you. Even we want to listen from you about you. I have given a small introduction according to me. There are a lot of things to talk about you. So please go ahead and just give some summary about yourself.
Sure. Thank you, Santosh. So before I begin, a quick disclaimer to all our viewers who are watching us live and who will also watch the recorded version. All the statements that I state, they are all my personal opinions, my personal humble opinions. And you may beg to disagree with me, but this is all the experiences that I'll be sharing from my life story and, spread it to all those proud introverts out there. Now, having said that, thank you so much for the introductions. I currently work in Oracle in Dubai. I work as a digital transformation advisor. And I know this term might sound very fancy to you, but very simply stated, it's a twofold job. Number one is I have to expand the applications base of the Oracle applications amongst the existing customers in the Middle East. And number two, and the most important thing, is I have to ensure that the customers are successful, they're happy by being their trusted advisor. So I specialize in the CX suite of applications. CX stands for customer experience. Today, everything is about customer experience. And many companies want to keep their customers at the center of everything that they do. And for that, they need applications which will help them to find new prospects, which will help them to convert them into customers, which will help them to retain them and convert them into raving fans, brand advocates, brand loyalists, and then finally empower them with the tools, the applications that they need to place orders, to request servicing, or even talk to the rest of the community or the MVPs of the community. So that is what I do as a day job, as a professional, as a sales professional, if you may call me that. And I love my job. I love my job. So that's a quick introduction about me.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. So then, I mean, that is the best one because I was also confused what exactly your role is and all. Thanks for clearing my doubt as well. So yes, we'll quickly jump into our show. That is, I always tell this. We have two rounds of this particular. I mean, in this show, the first round is about question and answers. Second is rapid fire. Okay.
Okay.
The first round is about the questions about your life. So this here goes my first question: where and how you have identified your introversion? You when we are speaking right now, also I know that you are a calm person. Always whenever I speak to you, it is like it will be so calm, it will be so relaxed. So so cool person. You will give a lot of suggestions to me. So when you have identified this introversion in your life?
Great. Thank you for this question, Santhosh. So I think to all our listeners, the first thing I wanted to clarify, because it's important for all the viewers to know what is my definition of introversion. And one of the biggest confusions, Santhosh, I know you have started your network and you have spoken about this several times, but let us also clarify it over this call. Introverts are not shy people, right? Introverts are different, shy people are different. Shy people are those people who have a fear of
Yes.
judgment, fear of embarrassment, fear of what will that person think about me, right? Introverts are not shy people. They may have some characteristics which may showcase that they are shy, but they are not shy people. They are the
Yes.
people who like to spend time with themselves, like we say, me time. If they go into a social circle, a big social circle, where they do not know anybody or hardly know somebody, their energy, their mental energy, their emotional energy depletes. And they are by themselves, it recharges. If they are exposed to overstimulating environments, their energy depletes. They do not enjoy that. They want their own space. And once they're ready, they're recharged, they want to open up to the world again.
True.
Right? That is what the definition of introversion is according to me. And I hope many of my viewers will also relate with me. Santosh, I am sure you also agree with me on this.
Yes, definitely, sir. That is what the definition is. People are having a lot of misconceptions and myths about it. Even people ask me, Santosh, you are going out. I mean, you are speaking out, and you are actually doing YouTube videos. You are claiming yourself as an introvert. How is that possible? I can also speak. I can
Yes,
express myself, but still, I will be having my me time, as Siddharth sir is telling about it. I even tell that introversion is not something to be cured. It is a motivation for me. It is completely a
absolutely.
motivation, right? Yes.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, sir. I just interrupted. Sorry for that. Yeah.
No,
Go
no
ahead.
worries, Santosh. In fact, what happens is when two introverts speak together, the viewers usually think, are these guys extroverts?
Yes. That is true. That is even I can also relate. Whenever I was talking to someone, even introvert, that connection comes up. I will speak more. I will ask questions. I will be normal again. It will be a normal conversation. Yeah. Go ahead, sir. Yes. True.
So to answer your question, how and when did I realize that I was an introvert? So what happens is the first thing that I wanted to clarify to everybody is that introversion can be because of two reasons. One is either you're born with introvert characteristics,
Yeah.
right? It comes down in your genes. Okay.
Mhm.
Both my parents were introverts, so there is a high possibility that that has come in my blood. In fact, there was an American psychologist, Jerome Kagan. He did a
Mhm.
experimentation to find out the temperament in babies.
Okay.
So what he did is he took 500 babies and he exposed them to unfamiliar sounds and unfamiliar noises. So what he realized after conducting that experiment is 20% of the babies became nervous and started crying. 40% were relaxed, and the remaining 40% were in between, somewhere in between. Some were crying, some were happy. So what he did is, again, after a couple of years, he repeated the experiment with the same set of children, and they had grown up now. And then what he realized is those 20% who were nervous or who started crying to those unfamiliar sounds or smells or noises, who were in an overstimulated environment, they were the ones who became introverted. And the other 40% who were relaxed became extroverted. So this experiment of his proved that there are certain characteristics that we are born with which stick with us throughout our life. So this could be the first possibility that a person could be an introvert. Second reason that I feel that you can become an introvert is because of the conditioning. It could be conditioning which is given by your parents, your teachers, media, or the society. So I was raised in an Islamic country. 19 years of my life, I was in an Islamic country in Middle East. You know that Islamic countries are a little bit conservative and protective, right? So because of this reason also, you can end up becoming an introvert, right? And on top of this, my mother used to teach in the same school that I studied for 19 years. So you can imagine it was a home away from home. There was constant policing and monitoring. So yes, so I think that there could be two reasons. Maybe you can become an introvert because of birth characteristics or because of the condition. Now, sitting here today, when I was becoming an introvert or showcasing the traits of an introvert, I did not realize that. But now today, when you ask me this question, nostalgia comes in my mind, and I think back in my life, what are the different moments of my life that I need to zoom in and share with all of our viewers today that prove that I was an introvert. So let me go to my childhood. So in the childhood, I was that student. In our times in the schools, there were rows, and in different rows there were desks, and on each desk there used to sit only one student, right? Today, if you see in all the schools or most of the schools, you'll see circular tables, all the children sitting together. And the reason behind that is they want to give them a good social exposure, right? But in our times, that was the case. I'm not sure about your time, Santhosh, but I was amongst those kids that used to sit. I was not a backbencher, but I used to sit somewhere in the middle and towards the wall. So what would happen because of that is, at least on one side of me, there used to be no people. Okay, I was amongst those kids. Being a grade A student also, if the teacher asks a question, I never used to raise my hand. I used to say, there are such intelligent students sitting in the front bench. Let them raise their hand and give the answer, vomit the answer. It's not my duty. Um, I was amongst those students, whenever my parents were called for parent-teacher meeting, my class teacher always had to say one thing which was common. Sir, your child needs to open up a little bit. He needs to become more socially amicable. He needs to speak up more. These were the typical dialogues every time. They didn't have any other complaints. This was the only complaint. When I used to go down in my society to play, if I used to see somebody who is slightly familiar and he's walking towards me, some uncle or auntie, I used to dodge. I don't know how many of you can relate with me. I used to dodge and try to find the best spot where I can hide. I was like, why is he coming to me? Why is he walking towards me? You know, when somebody, stops the car to ask you directions, my sister, who is an ambivert, she's got the best of both worlds. She used to give her, 3 to 4 options to that person. You can take this route, that route, and go before I could answer. Because what I used to do is I used to think which is the most optimum route. Okay, he needs to go. By that time, that car used to already leave because my sister would have given the answer. If my sister wouldn't have given the answer, also the person would get irritated that why is he taking so much time? Is he trying to make me go around in circles? So he used to leave. Then birthday parties. I'm sure you all can relate birthday parties. When I used to go to a birthday party, if I knew the host, whether it's a birthday boy or birthday girl, and maybe 1 or 2 people, I used to feel very uncomfortable. With majority of the people I don't know. So if you draw a pie chart of my mind at that point of time, what used to happen in my mind 2% of that pie chart used to be, what should I talk? 28% used to be, what should I eat? And the rest 70% used to be, when should I go to the host and tell, can I leave now if that is okay? And what used to happen many a times is sometimes my parents used to come late to pick me up from birthday parties. So what happens is many of your friends who were there, they have already left, they have walked home, parents have picked them up. Host will say, no, have a piece of cake. Friend, hey, sit for some time. What happens? They will wait for a few minutes. Hey, wait, take your return gift, so on and so forth. And at that point of time, I used to feel like, those deep sea divers are there who jump into the ocean with their oxygen cylinders. So the ocean over here is the party, the deep sea diver is me, and the host and the other unknown people are like octopus. I want to go back to the surface, and they're holding me and pulling me back. Come down, come down. That is used to be the feeling that I used to get. And then when it used to be my own birthday party, when I was amongst people I know, my friends, familiar people, then typically we used to hold it in these fast food restaurants or chains. So what used to happen is many times the waiters used to come and start singing happy birthday. And I used to like, why are they coming? I don't want them to come and sing happy birthday for me. Those were the kind of feelings that I used to get. Now, fast forward a little bit, I went to college. So In college, I was the apple of the eye of the seniors because I was an NRI student, and they wanted, to form a rapport with me. So when we used to sit in a group of some familiar people and some unfamiliar people, if I used to pass any comment, share any thoughts, then immediately the group that didn't know me used to say, "Hey, he has a tongue. He can speak." And I was like, okay, pass those remarks on me. I never used to speak out of turn. And then came our famous smartphones, so I got my first smartphone when I was in my first year of engineering. So that time we didn't have WhatsApp. We used to send SMSs. So, so when I used to send SMS to somebody about asking them about an assignment or something, and that person calls me back, I used to feel, why is he calling me? Because they were not like friends or anything; they were acquaintances. And then sometimes I used to intentionally wait for the entire call to, miss, and then I used to text him back. Or if there used to be a big group which is planning a outing or a picnic or going to a movie or going to a restaurant or whatever, they want to bunk together and do that mass bunk or whatever they want to do. And I didn't want to do it. If for some reason the plan got cancelled, and I used to like, I'm, you know, uh, and then fast forward a little bit more. I had an arranged marriage. It took 4.5 years for me to find my better half. And when I was talking to prospects, after 6 to 7 minutes, especially if the prospect in front of you was an introvert, then there used to be those uncomfortable pauses. You used to run out of words what you need to speak. Initially, it used to happen a lot. Later, I developed those skills as well. And yes, but so digressing from the topic, are you married, Santhosh?
No, no,
Okay.
not yet.
Not yet. Okay. So you will soon be welcomed into the club. So digressing from the topic, one piece of advice which I'll give to all my introvert friends, and again, this is my personal opinion, right? Whenever I used to have a call with with all due respect to the extrovert people out there, whenever I used to have a call with the extrovert prospects, and they used to say, "I'm an adventurous person. I'm a very outgoing person. I love going to the nightclubs. I love going to the pubs. I love going to the bars. I love going to parties." And my heart rate used to increase because I knew that it's not going to work out with that person. Because according to me, I don't believe in the fact that opposites attract. Maybe people feel that, if I get, if I have a friend who's opposite, if I have a life partner who's opposite to me, I'll get to learn and explore new things. Initially it feels good. Opposites initially attract, but then they repel the rest of their lives. So that is my philosophy. So I was blessed to get married to a girl who's like-minded and who is an introvert like me, and that definitely helped. And again, no offense to my extrovert counterparts out there, right? But I used to feel
Yes.
bad at the same time. So yes, so that is about marriage. So these are the few moments that I wanted to share, where I could, find bits and pieces of my introversion, right? And to overcome this introversion, what my parents did, they put me in a lot of activities. Like they put me in a lot of sports, football and cricket and swimming and chess. They put me in art and craft class, but they did one thing very intelligently. They made sure wherever I joined, I had at least one or two people who are my friends who I'm comfortable with, so that I do not, feel, that something is being imposed on me. And apart from that, they also, my mom pushed me to participate in a lot of debates, elocution competitions. She said, go and audition for the lead role in particular skit or drama to just help me come out of the shell, right? So they did some activities which helped me to come out of that shell which I had built myself around, right? So yes, so these are few aspects of my life which showcase that I was an introvert.
Yes, thank you for giving that point. So we have some comments over here. So Richard is saying, nice to see you both. Nice to hear Siddharth's story. And I have seen Ravi Nader sir. I think so. Hi Santhosh. Hi Siddharth. Hi everyone. It's funny. Yes, yes, it is true. And even I want to tell Siddharth sir about this. Whatever you're telling, it is completely related to me. I think I can completely relate it to your points. I was also a guy who is a person who used to sit at the last so that a wall will be there, that I can completely relate. And I was also, I mean, you have a push at least from your parents, but my mom, because of that parenting, because of the culture which is around me, I was being an introvert. I even completely relate to that, and the environment which is being created, around me, made me an introvert. So that is what the reason for my introversion as well. Right now, also, if someone is coming, someone whom I know, at least once or twice they talk to me. If someone is coming to me, I will be like, okay, why this person is coming to me now? What I have to talk now? Whether I have to, tell him anything? I have to wish him how he will feel bad or what. So I have this question still sometimes. Yeah, whenever you, if you are a friend to me, I will not call a lot, I will not talk anything. If you have any question, I will answer. That is best part of me is, if something is, if you have any question, if you have any doubt related to which I know, I can definitely answer. I'm open to that. I can express the whatever my experience is, everything I can tell, but I cannot talk as much other people do. So this is, even I have completely relating that whatever you're talking, all the scenarios I can completely relate, like the direction part. Someone asked me, I cannot answer that. I have to ask someone regarding that, and I will ask them to answer this. Even in there is one situation in my school days as well. Almost all my classmates rounded us around three people. They called by the end of 10th class. My After completing my 10th class, they have surrounded us, telling, why you people don't talk to us. What is your problem? So at that time also, I don't have any answer. I don't have anything to actually express, because I don't want to talk. I just have only 2 to 3 friends around me. Whatever it is, I used to play around them only. So yes, I can completely relate to you. I don't know about audience. Audience are also, getting, we are getting good responses, I think. Yeah. Even Aman is telling, I can relate this with you, with your story. Yeah, good to see you. Yes, great. Yes, yes. Thank you, sir. I think we got a lot of. I was also going back to my particular past, and I am completely connecting the dots, right? So yeah, now this is what the first question is. Next question is about, in which situation of your life you got some confidence that, I yes, even though I'm having this kind of feeling of I'm not able to go out, or I'm not able to talk to people, or I am having this feeling of not expressing myself, which incident made you to get that confidence, the yes, I can do it. Yes, Siddharth, you are having this skill, or right now you are a sales professional. So where, at which situation, or which particular part of your life made you realize that?
So again, a very interesting question, Santhosh. So what happens is transformation, right? Transformation happens not instantaneously, not and one point of time. It's a phase which goes on,
Yes.
but like every phase, it has a beginning.
Hmm.
If you see my entire background, I did my engineering, that I did my master's in electrical and computer engineering from Georgia Tech. It has been completely technical. And when you are in a technical field, you do not need to collaborate or coordinate with many people. You can be a loner and you can still
True,
get the
true,
job.
true, true.
But what happened is the transformation started when I was in US, when I realized that I have 2 years of time. And in US, as you may know, that all universities, they award you the degrees based on a credit system. So if you complete a number of credits, it doesn't matter whether you complete it in 6 months, 1 year, 5 years. You complete a particular number of credits, you get the degree. So I thought, I'm in US. I'm going to be here for the next 2 years. Why don't I take one more degree and save on time, energy, and money? And then I realized, any which ways in the future I've planned for an MBA, and there was a course called as Management of Technology. Management of Technology is like doing an MBA in technology. So I enrolled for that course in parallel with my MS. So I had taken up a subject called as Technology Ventures under this Management of Technology. It was taught by Professor Dr. David Koo, and he is a multimillionaire. He has formed a couple of companies which is into innovative medical devices, and those companies got bought out by some bigger companies, right? And he was my professor there, and he had given us an assignment to build a business plan around a product. So me and my team of other 4 people from all across the world, we built a product called as Kool-Aid, and we built a business plan around it. So Kool-Aid was a device which is like a flask, which has liquid nitrogen in between the material that makes up the flask. And as soon as you pour any liquid on it and you press one button, it'll immediately cool that liquid by about 25 to 30 degrees. So you can have a cool drink on the go, anywhere, right? And we made a business plan around it, and we pitched that business plan, and our team came first within the entire university. So then Dr. David Kui called me and said, Siddharth, you have something in you, you're not exploiting or using your full strength. and capability. You're good in speaking. You should nurture this skill of yours. I said, fine, sir, you please advise me what I need to do. So he said, Siddharth, I'm coming up with my next product, which is a medical device, which is called as pneumonia check. Pneumonia check, just so that our audience know, it's a low-cost, non-invasive device which helps you diagnose pneumonia, which otherwise takes 4 to 5 days. It can diagnose in a couple of minutes. It's a simple device. You simply blow into it, and the device can tell you whether you have pneumonia or not. My friends, pneumonia is the number one killer of children under the age of 5, which kills more number of children than measles, AIDS, malaria, and swine flu combined. 25% of children in our own country are dying because of pneumonia. So he said that build a business plan around it, and I want you to go and present this product to all the different business plan competition across the US. And I did that. I took that product, I built a business plan around it, and I went and pitched that product. And we got several awards because of that product. And then I started realizing that I have this knack for sales, for pitching. But then I took it one step further. I wanted to come back to a mother country, because I wanted to pursue my career here with my family. So I came back, but before coming back, I went to him and I said, Sir, this is a device that can help save lives, and I want to do something for the society. Will you give me the opportunity to become the exclusive distributor of this product in India? And he agreed to that. He agreed to that. I came back to India. I went like a medical representative from hospital to hospital, doctor to doctor, pitching them the product. Many of them repelled because they did not want to break the stereotype, where you take an X-ray, you give them antibiotics, because they earn monies because of that. Some of them accepted, and we sold a couple of thousand of pieces of the device here. But any which ways, cutting the long story short, that is when I understood that I have a flair for marketing and sales. And then I got my first opportunity 9 years back to come into IT sales full time. And rest is history. So to all my friends out there, I want to tell you two things. Number one, we are all born salesmen. All of us are born salesmen. Santhosh, if I may ask you a question, I know you are the interviewer. Who are the best salespeople in this world?
Children.
Exactly. Exactly. Children are the best salespeople. They know how to negotiate. I take my 2.5-year-old son to the mall. If he likes an ice cream or a chocolate or a lollipop or a toy, which I don't want to give him because I don't want to spoil him, but if he picks it up and I put it back and he looks at me with those tears in his eyes, just those tears in his eyes are enough for me to melt and buy him that, or maybe buy him multiple quantities of that, right? They are the best salespeople. So whether you are a mother who's trying to put her children to sleep, whether you're a politician who's trying to convince the people of his constituency to vote for them, whether you're a judge who's trying to convince the jury or the judge, if you're a lawyer, you're trying to convince them to take a decision in your favor, you're all salespeople. So it doesn't matter whether you're an introvert or an extrovert. We are all salespeople. This is the point number one. This is something that you need to embed in your mind. Number two, and the most important thing is, what is sales? Sales is nothing but transference of emotions. If you are the buyer, Santhosh, and I am the seller, if I am able to transfer my emotions to you, you will buy my product, or you will buy me if it's an interview, right? And the biggest emotion that you need to transfer from the seller to the buyer is that of certainty. Okay. What I mean by that, if this is a straight line, this side is 1, which says that it is highly uncertain, and this side is 10, which is highly certain. A typical buyer is somewhere at 4 or 5 in the middle. And your job as a salesperson is to move them up the scale from 4 to 5 to a 9 or a 10. That is when you can convert the sales. This I learned. However, the best way to do that is to be a good listener. A good salesperson speaks 20% of the time, listens 80% of the time. If you see any religious books, God, superpower, anybody else that you believe in has said one common thing, that we have been given 2 ears, one mouth. Listen more, speak less. I have been able to achieve and overachieve my numbers for the last 9 years of my IT sales career just by following this simple practice, because by doing this, the person in front of me builds empathy with me, builds a relationship with me, knows that the person in front of me is not a person who believes that the transaction is more important than the relationship, But for him, the relationship is more important than the transaction, right? And now saying all of this, coming to introversion, introverts by default are people who listen more, right? The best way to close a sale is to identify a person's pain. And you can only identify a person's pain if you listen to them. Once you identify your pain, then you bloat it, you magnify it, and then provide a solution to that pain. You will easily close any person. That is the secret mantra of sales. Unfortunately, and again, due respect to all my extrovert friends out there who are listening to me, this is my personal opinion. Please do not start speaking on your products and services, USPs, your own USPs without listening to your customer, because that will completely turn them off, right? So introverts by default have been programmed, have been tuned to listen, to analyze, then optimize the information, and then to give the output. And this has helped me, and this can help any sales professional who wants to do his numbers, overachieve his numbers, and to any introvert who has two things in his mind, or who has a contradictory mind which says, I do not speak much. Will I be able to close a sale? Will I be able to achieve my numbers? Please break this myth. You are born salesmen, and your biggest quality is your ability to listen, to process the information, and give the output. Like Gandhiji says, right? Introverts can shake the world with their own quiet way, right? So that is very important. So anybody who wants to go into a sales career, which is the I feel one of the best careers, because it will teach you a lot of things. Sales is the lifeline of any business. You have to sell yourself as a person, you have to sell a product or a service. And the most important thing, again, I'm reiterating, if a person has to close a sale, the person in front of you, the buyer, needs to like you. And the best way for you to be liked, to build a rapport with him, is to have empathy towards him, to listen to him, right? So I think this is the best way that a sales professional and an introvert can close their eyes and be able to and become a sales professional.
Yes, yes, that is so insightful. And yeah, thank you. I was also learning a lot of things from your answers and all, because sales is one. I mean, I even believe that without sales, no business is around, no entrepreneurship, nothing is there. Even an entrepreneur should be a salesperson, should have that skill to actually sell his product. That is true. This sales will not go down at any cost, in even out of in next 100 200 years as well. It will be there because we can automate things, but not emotions, right? Emotion
Exactly.
sales is about emotions, expressing emotions, means connecting that person and giving your product. That is so insightful. And yeah, thank you, Siddharth sir, regarding that. And about your statement, which is given by Gandhi, it is about, in a gentle way you can shake the world. So
Yes.
even Gandhi, Mahatma Gandhi, we call, I mean, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, he's an introvert. You know what movement he has started for India. Because I mean, even though he's a person who always believe in non-violence, right?
Exactly.
With that calm environment only, he has actually shaken the world with the movement of independence. Lot of movements
Exactly.
he has started, right? So he's an introvert. If you see about his history and all, he's an introvert, right?
Exactly.
Yes, we can
Exactly.
shake it, as you told. Yes, the salesperson, I mean, even introverts can be even great professionals or great salespersons. What you are talking about, listening skills and all. Yes, that's a great insight. Thank you for that. And even I want to, conclude this first round by asking a last question. Is about, as an introvert, what problems you have faced, that too as a sales professional. Basically, sometimes you will face some extroverted client somewhere, or they will ask you to, because you have to join them. For example, if you want to connect to a person, you have to be in their zone, you have to be in their circle. First of all, you have to go out with them, or you have to go for any event with them, and all these things might happen, according to me, what I know. So what all problems you have faced, or any situations where you can explain how you have faced them?
So again, a very interesting question. So I think when it comes to professional life, whether you're an introvert or extrovert, you can easily form a relationship or rapport, because the extroverts also need somebody to hear them out.
Yes.
An extrovert will not be very comfortable speaking to an extrovert. An extrovert will be more comfortable speaking to an introvert. It's like they're two sides of the same coin. Like a leader cannot exist without followers, followers cannot exist without leaders. So introverts
Yes.
cannot exist without extroverts and vice versa, right?
Yes.
So it's very important. So what happens is when we work together in an environment, when we are working with some extroverts, we know what are their strengths, what are their
Hmm.
skills. We know what are our strengths and skill sets, and we know each other's weakness. So what we have to do is marry the two. When we marry the two, it comes out to be ambivert, which is the best of the both worlds. So who knows that you need to be calm at particular point of time? The customer is angry. The customer is concerned. The customer is furious. The introvert will be pushed forward. The customer is willing to listen. The customer is happy. He needs to know more about your products, your services. Push the extrovert and work hand in hand like two chariots, the wheels of the chariot. Without which the chariot will have an imbalance and will collapse. Right? Introverts, my friend Santhosh, we have our own skill set. We are bold in our own way. We have our strong perception and strong opinions about the world, about people, places, things. Maybe we might not be as expressive, but we do. We have hidden leadership qualities inside of us which are bubbling to come out. When I am in a sales review meeting, my managers till date, I am the one who keeps quiet till all of the entire team finishes, and especially my extroverted friends who give their ideas, feedback. So when my boss is asking a question, what do you want to do to improve the business for the coming year? What ideas you want to share? I'm usually the person who keeps quiet. And then in the end, before the meeting is over, he'll come to me and he'll ask me, Siddharth, what is your opinion about it? Because he knows that I will be thinking about what would be the ideal way to do something. And whatever comes out of my mouth will be crisp, to the point, and something that will add value to the business. Introverts build their importance amongst the management, amongst the customers, amongst their relatives, because every word they speak is gold, right? And like you rightly mentioned, Santosh, there are so many leaders in the world, right? So many celebrities in the world. I'll give you a few examples. J.K. Rowling, right? Author of Harry Potter. She started, she got the idea of writing the book of Harry Potter when she was traveling in a metro. And at that point of time, she was writing from 6 years of age, but she never got such a fascinating idea. And when she got that idea, she took out her pen from her purse and she wanted to jot down the point. But unfortunately, her pen was not working, and she was an introvert. So she was so shy that she didn't even ask any of the strangers there in the metro, in the train, to give her a pen. She waited to go home and take the pen, and then she wrote down the poem. And now she's a billionaire author. Rosa
Yes.
Parks, American
The part.
activist. Yes,
Yes.
American activist. All of us would think that she's a bold lady who has a very high temperament, willing to take risks, fighting for civil rights. But when she
True.
died at the age of 92 in 2004 or 5, I'm not sure, her obituary said that she was a sweet lady, she was a timid lady, she was a shy lady, she was a happy-go-lucky lady, she was an introvert lady. Albert Einstein, he came up with some of his best theories when he was at by himself, not with his co-workers. And then he says that monotony of a calm life, monotony of a calm life is the virtue of the quiet. Charles Darwin came up with a theory of evolution when he was walking in the woods, right? And he changed the way mankind thinks. He rejected all party invitations. And now I can take names of leaders like Bill Gates. I can take names like Zuckerberg. I can take names like Elon Musk and many
Elon Musk.
others. Yes, who are all introvert people, but they are making a difference in the world. So my only advice to all my introverted friends out there is, it's just important for you to find the right lighting. For some, it is the Broadway spotlight. For others, it is the dim light on your desk. Whatever it is, it will any which ways brighten up the world. And next time, all those extroverted friends of mine, again, for whom I have a lot of respect, when you see a person sitting on the bench and thinking to himself, or a colleague in an office party sitting in the corner by himself, or eating his lunch by himself in the cafeteria, or a schoolboy like me who's sitting at the middle of the row or back of the row and not speaking to anybody unless spoken to, please do not judge them and say, what a loner, or does he have so much of attitude? No. On the other hand, think, what are the great things that are inside this person that are waiting to be unleashed? That is my only message to all my extroverted friends out there.
Thank you so much, Siddharth. And I want to tell this. This is not about we are going against extroverts and all. We are empowering introverts. I have seen as an introvert, as Siddharth sir is telling, I have seen people bullying me for taking an advantage of seeing me like that, telling Santhosh, you are rude. They used to, talk a lot about, back, which, they will be talking about a lot of things in the back, and they used to bully me a lot, and I used to never respond whatever they are, never think about it. I used to be very calm going, whatever is my work I used to do that. I never focused on it. But sometimes, it is so insane, or it's not good even. I used to feel so depressed at that moment, because even I don't have much amount of friends whom can defend me and all. There are 2 to 3 friends in that also. They are also like me. Some people, 1 or 2 people used to be there. They used to tell, no Santosh, it's fine, just leave them. But yeah, I used to feel so bad at that moment. So I used to feel so embarrassed, why these people are targeting me, why people are telling me loner, so rude and all. So it is not good even for me as well. I even went into a stage where I cannot do anything. So here, this movement or this particular revolution which I want to start is about only to empower introverts. It's not we are going against extroverts. And one more thing I have to highlight and emphasize is there is no pure introversion. There is nothing called as pure introvert, pure extrovert. Everyone has the characteristics traits of and be an introvert, can be an extrovert. It is okay. It is okay to be introvert as well. It is good if you're an extrovert. But for introvert, there are some things. Even there is a study telling that almost if a person is depressed, 70% people are introverts who are having this depression phase. Okay, 70%. You can understand the level of depression levels they will be these introverts has. So I just want to empower introverts, so that we are also, I just want to tell that, yes, I want to give, extend my hand, telling that, bro, I was also there with you. I was also there with you. Don't worry. So that is what my message is. That is what this show is being planned. That is what I was also doing. So nothing else. I just want to tell this. And yes, guys, introverts can also express. Very simple. It is about expressing. Even Siddharth is talking about it. Even a salesperson, it's about expressing himself, putting ahead his thought. That's it. Nothing else. Nothing special that Santhosh, you are an extrovert, but claiming as an introvert. No, I'm still an introvert, and I am proud to tell that I'm an introvert. I love my me time. I can tell that me time gives me a lot of energy. I can reclaim myself. I can recharge myself. So with this, yes, we are done with the first round. Yes, in this, I even got a lot of insights, Siddharth sir. Thank you so much for actually giving a lot of insights regarding sales and introversion. What are examples? I even want to tell that examples about our celebrities, about the famous people out there. They are also an introverts, but have achieved a lot of things in this, and they are our, inspiration for a lot of introverts out there. And thank you for that. With this, I just want to right now, I just want to pause. Anyhow, I just, if anyone, guys, if you want to follow Siddharth sir, the link is already provided in the description. Please do go and follow him. I think you will get a lot of knowledge regarding what about his experience as well. So I recommend you, because I was a guy who always get inspired from him, because his calmness, even though he's talking about introversion and all, but he's so calm and so down to earth person. I have learned a lot of things. Whenever I talk to him, I even get myself that calm. Okay, I should be calm now. I should learn this. Sometimes I will get that anxiety. I have to do a lot of things, but still I have to calm myself. I have learned it. That is the greatest takeaway which I have learned from Siddharth sir. Thank you for being, inspiring me, sir. Thank you so much. And thank you for being on this stage. And yes, guys, whoever are there or there in the online, or whoever are watching this recording, already the link is being provided to, actually you can go and follow him in LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, wherever. Already links are being provided, guys. Please do that, so that you will also get the inspiration like me. So I just want to tell that. And with this, we are going for this next round. It is about rapid fire. So the questions are ready with me. Okay, just be ready.
Introverts
Yeah,
are not
in the
very good
meantime, you
with
want
rapid.
to add anything, sir? Please.
I said introverts are not very good with rapid fires.
No, we are good at. We have to prove this now.
Yes, you have to prove it otherwise. Yes, absolutely. So
We'll do
yes,
that.
let's go ahead with the rapid fire.
Yes, I mean these are very simple questions you can relate from your life as well. So everyone has a refreshing what's it called thing. For example, for me, I listen music or I watch movies. So what is? I mean, I want to only talk about. I don't want to. I don't want you to answer about reading books and all. Apart from reading books, what is that which you tell that I will get recharged from this, Santhosh? What is that one thing?
That is playing with my 2.5-year-old. That
Oh,
recharges me.
this yes, this is one. Yeah, yeah. Okay, great, great. Yes, cool. Yeah, one more thing is about basically this is also one thing which I also want to know about. Which time you prefer to learn anything? For example, you want to read a book or you want to do any specific task which you want to complete it as early as possible. Which time you prefer? Is it early morning or late night?
Early morning. I think that is the time when I'm most productive.
Okay, early morning. Okay. Okay, great. So, yeah, next is about which book inspired you, or which book you recommend to our audience to read. That too, in specific, if you want to talk about sales, please.
So there are quite a few good books that I would recommend. One of the Bibles of sales is How to Win Friends and Influence People. I think that is a
True.
very good book to start off with. And I would definitely recommend, if you want to learn the skills of sales, the first and most important thing is to learn the skill of persuasion. And
Yes.
you can read that book. And then there is also a book called as Persuasion. We can share the link of that as well. And By Dr. Robert. And I will, that is also a great book. He has written two books. One is on persuasion, and the other is on persuasion. Right, whatever you need to do before you actually start a conversation with a particular prospect, in terms of
Hmm.
your tonality, in terms of your body language, in terms of your eye contact, everything that is important to close a sale or to build that relationship with your prospect. So these are the
Hmm.
two or three books that I would recommend.
Okay, great, awesome. I will give that in the description as well. So right now I
Sure.
didn't give it. Okay, I will give that. And last but not least, how many people bullied you and what names?
Okay. I think I can lose count of being bullied. Uh, I don't even remember the names, because usually what happens is we try to shut the doors of those memories that, which are unpleasant for us being introverts, right? We try to block those memories out. But yes, I think in my lifetime, I think there would be around 200 to 300 people who have bullied me at at different phases of my life, at different age groups, different genders. So it's not just I was bullied by males, so different genders. Yeah, so I think, but I do not remember any of those names, because I've blocked out all those memories. All those uh, bad and unpleasant memories.
Yes. But yeah, I didn't remember the names, but I remember the intent or the content what they have told. After that, I
Ah,
have worked upon myself.
okay, okay,
So that is what an advantage for me. I have taken that as a feedback and I worked on myself. So, for
okay.
example, in childhood days, I used to have very bad hair. People used to tell that I mean at that time there is no spikes and all that is not a passion that is not a passion at all at that moment. I used to have a very clumsy hair. People used to get that, I mean they used to bully me for that. After that I have worked on my hair. After that they used to
Hmm.
call fat. After that I worked on my, I mean, physical. So that's what I have taken that as a feedback and I have worked on it. So I just want to tell that to audience as well. If anyone is bullying you, take it as a feedback. That is the best way, because your friends will always tell you that is great, you are doing good and all. I always, I mean, I love my friends. I am not telling that, but I even love my people who are bullying me and hating me, because they are the best teachers to me, telling that Santosh, you should learn this. So I'm actually, that is what I always tell to people.
And I would like to add one more point here.
Yes.
In our life, we are bullied by many people, especially being introverts. And we can, what I used to do is run away from them, ignore them, sometimes stand up to them. But then I used to know that, he is big and he's strong and he's tall. So I need to take two steps back.
Yes.
But there is one bully, even if you want, you can never run away from your entire life.
Hmm.
You know who that bully is, Santosh?
Sister or brother? Siblings?
No,
No. Who is
close,
that?
but no. That bully is you yourself. That lies inside of us.
Yes.
That bully is the one who pulls you down whenever you feel that you have the capacity, the skill set, the ability to achieve greater successes. But it will say,
Mhm.
no, you won't, you shouldn't. What will happen if you do this? If you fail?
Yes.
That
Yes.
bully is the one we have to get rid of first. Our inner bully,
True.
right? Rest, I think we can manage the other bullies. We have been managing them, taking feedback from them, but our
Yes.
inner bully is the one we have to manage.
Yes. 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 Yes, sir. So with this, yeah, I'm done with this. So we got a lot of comments. I think already I was displaying in the middle, right? Introverts are gold standards by Shishant sir and over there. I think someone has fantastic content, amazing speakers. Thank you so much. And washing hands, okay. We should not think about it. Self, yes, self. We should not. I mean, bullies. What Siddharth sir is asking about. Who is the one bully which who cannot we cannot run away is self. That is ourselves. Yes, yes, sir. I think we have got a very good comments. Thank you, people for thank you, audience for being there. There are still a lot of people online. Thank you for that, and thank you for making this show. I mean, so successful. And you can, I mean, I have written an ebook about the voice for self love. So that is been about my, I mean, self love, how you can get it within 4 steps. So I have written that. You can go through that book, which is available in Amazon. The links are already provided in my all my social media profiles and all. You can go ahead and you can follow me on all the social media platforms. I was one who want to see. I want to transform 1 million introverts life. So I was looking towards that, and I have that vision. I have seen myself from there. I want to transform this, and I have taken this as my vision, so that it will be useful for them as well. So with this, yes, we are done with our show for today. And anything you want to add or anything you want to convey, Siddharth sir, please let us know.
I think the only thing I would like to tell you is, I think one third or one half of the population of this world is of introverts. So that
Yes,
means one out of every two or three people that you meet are introverts,
yes,
right? So if you are an introvert, be a proud introvert. If you're an extrovert, be a proud extrovert, because that is who you are. That is your self image, and that cannot change. And
yes,
take that as your strength and use that strength to make the world a better place to live in. That is the only
yes,
last two lines that I would like to say. And for you, Santosh, keep up the great work. You're doing a phenomenal job. This movement is going to grow like a snowball with time, and more introverts will be joining this cause. And keep up the great work. Hats off to you, brother.
thank you, sir. So it is about again introverts. They will take time to come out. I know that. Slowly we will be coming out. Definitely, this is going to be big. I know that. I have seen my vision. I have seen how people will be. I want to even see a world where introverts explode themselves or unleash their powers. Right? Yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your insights and thank you for being there in my show. It's even a proud moment for me as well. You have joined from UAE out there, and I'm in India over there, and it's even privilege for me to host you on this show, and it's a lot of learnings from you as well. Even the audience out there also was even telling that it's an eye opener and all. Thank you, Tarek. Thank you, Arvind ji, for telling that. Yes, it's an eye opener for me as well. Thank you, sir. And no words to express a gratitude towards you. Thank you so much again. Lots of gratitude, and as always, you are how you are, like calm and so composed, and the explanation how you have, that is one of the inspiration point. I have to take it, and I have noted it every time whenever I talk to you, that will be there. Thank you for that as well. So thank you, sir. With this, again, I'm telling you, thank you so much.
My
And I
pleasure.
am ending this show for you. Thank you for being my guest today, and thank you, audience, whoever are being or here and
Thank you very much.
encouraging me and even taking this movement forward. Thank you so much, and we love you. And this is what I want to tell you. And with this note, bye. We'll meet you in the next episode of Stories of Hope Introverts Special. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day. Bye bye.